So at my home, here's my trolling motor battery, I should say. I topped off the distilled water, was down a little bit, put it on the charger. That's looking pretty good. So anyway, we'll see what this thing decides to do. I also have one of these booster packs that I keep on the boat in the summer and in my car in the winter. It needs a charge too. It has its own charger. It's plugged in now. Here's the water heater. This is today's project. I'm going to see if I can take this cover apart and maybe the big cover. Take a look at the condition of the plumbing on the inside and also see if anything I can do with the wiring. Because if you look at this, it looks like it's I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like some of the wire is scraped bare inside. So I got the cover off, and we have a lot of insulation I need to remove, so I can look inside. I'm feeling I'm going to get itchy. Wow. Wow. I guess the cover gives it a lot of its stability. Well, she's a beauty in her own way. Actually, the wiring looks pretty good. I don't know what this is what I was seeing. That there, when I was looking in the top. Okay, so, but this looks manageable. I have to see about this thing. But the wiring looks straightforward. I could replace some of this stuff, put longer leads on this, and we could be in good shape, provided, of course, that it actually works. So that's the next step. I have to make a phone call. These connectors don't look so good. I think those wires all need to be replaced, I'm guessing. Oops. So I can't budge the drain valve or the pressure relief valve. I've been putting a lot of pressure on them and not moving. Well, 2 hours later I got the drain valve out. Some penetrating oil and a lot of shoulder. That thing I still haven't budged though. I'm going to keep oiling it occasionally, and hopefully that'll come free at some point. Putting up this ridge so that we can put the tarp over the cockpit area, have headroom to work, and the snow won't accumulate. At least won't accumulate horribly. Our little construction zone. Enjoying the view during our lunch break. There is Middletown, Connecticut, off in the distance. Looking downriver, most of the docks have been removed, waiting for the ice to come. Cover starting to take shape. With the tarp up, it's rather dark in here. Let me turn the lights off. So, after battery charger's been on, beautiful. I have to come back and finish tying some of these things down. I'm out of rope. So the main purpose for this cover is to have a workspace under there in the cockpit area where there's headroom, etc. I have tarps for the bow that I will probably add next weekend, weather permitting. Okay, so I'm pulling out of the boatyard. Really not very much accomplished this weekend. Yesterday with the rain, I just played with the water heater and couldn't finish that because I have to replace the 2 brass fittings at the very least. Also going to inspect the inside of the tank with one of those little cameras that snakes inside. Bernie has one of those. And then today with the cover, days are pretty short. We started around 10:30. We got the pieces built and put in place before lunch, and then after lunch there was some minor details that we worked on, and then put the cover on. And the tarp, which is 30 feet by 20 feet, is kind of tough to handle up on top of the boat when there's only 2 people, because really what you need is 2 people up on top holding it in place, and a 3rd person going around the edge on the bottom, tying all the corners down and whatnot. I also was short on thin line, thin rope to tie the grommets down, so spent some time hunting for little bits of line all over the boat. So we got it tied down. After finishing it up, and my father left, I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking I want to shift it back a little more so we cover the end of the cockpit a little better. I have small tarps for the front, so I'm not worried about how much of the front of the boat is being covered right now. But I guess that's a wrap. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a comment. If you have a question, leave a comment. If you have a complaint, leave a comment. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you want to follow along, it's a way to show support while not spending any money. So thank you. See you next time.